Where Will Kane is live along with one of those lawmakers visiting the border today, Senator Jerry Moran. Hey, Will.
Good morning, Ainsley. That's right. I am sitting here with Senator Jerry Moran of Kansas, who's part of a bipartisan senatorial coteau who is touring what's happening on the border. You know, Senator, thank you for being with us this morning. Thank you for being here in general at the border.
Will, I'm pleased to be here with you, and I'm especially glad to be here at the border. This is my third visit in recent times to the border. Want to see if there is any progress being made, but mostly want to hear from the people who are involved in enforcing our laws, what tools they need, what help they need to get this crisis situation under control. There's a humanitarian issue here, there's a law enforcement issue here, there's a national security issue here, and this place needs a lot of attention across this border.
So, Senator, what would be, you're in a unique position to be able to answer this question. What would be the purpose of a trip to the border by a high-level government official, the President of the United States or a senator like yourself? The President is not deprived of any piece of information that he needs or he wants. So what did he accomplish? What could he have accomplished by visiting El Paso?
Well, I don't know how we complain that the President visited the border. We've been insisting that the President see what goes on here for a long time. But what strikes me is that there was no outrage, no at least stated recognition that we have one of the most significant crises in our country right here on this border. And it's, again, humanitarian, it's law enforcement, it's national security. The President didn't come away, at least publicly, with any sense that of outrage that the circumstances here needs to be, receive his significant attention, his administration's effort. We've had 2 years of the Biden administration. Things have gotten worse, not better, and nothing like an admission that says we've got a lot of work to do here and I'm rolling up my sleeves, we're going to get this done. From my perspective, to be here to talk to actual Border Patrol agents, sure, I can get people to brief me in Washington, D.C. There's a lot of opportunity for them to tell me what they want me to hear or what they think I want to hear, but there's a different feel when you can have a conversation face-to-face. That's you get a sense of the follow-up questions that,
right.
And it's more difficult to you recognize when you're not getting the truth whenever you're talking to somebody in person, and so it has great value. And then there's also just the emotion of this, the challenges that people face crossing the border. There's an emotion to that,
right.
But there's an emotion to the people who are here working to protect our lives and the security of our country.
Something unique about this trip for you, you said it's your third trip to the border, but something unique is this trip will also include Democratic senators. This is a bipartisan trip to see what's happening. Does that give you hope? Does that give you promise?
You know, I always have hope, and it's the new year. I look at, every new year as new resolutions, working together to solve a crisis in this country. That has value, and so I'm hopeful. It takes 60 votes to pass anything in the Senate, and therefore, if we're going to do something, it does take Republicans and Democrats working together.
You know, we're out of time. I hope you don't mind me sharing this piece of information that you and I were talking about. The senator's so involved, Ainsley, Stephen, Brian, with the law enforcement angle, the law enforcement support of what's happening here at the border. You're saying you have learned through intelligence that Chinese illegal immigrants have really quickly a special place when it comes to the cartel.
You know, a lot of focus over the years has been on people coming to the United States to take our jobs, and that's clearly an issue as well. But what strikes me as so critical is this is a national security issue where the Chinese are the guests of the cartels crossing our border as their guests with, what damage they can do to our country and that relationship. The cartels are the issue here. The president needs to engage Mexico and more than just law enforcement.
Right.
To demise the cartels.
Senator Jerry Moran, thank you so much.
Will, thanks.
Good luck on your trip. Steve, Ainsley, Brian, the senator told me if you're a Chinese illegal immigrant, you cross the border in a suit and tie on a boat. We just saw 7 Cuban illegal immigrants wade across that border just moments ago. You guys saw the video. Turns out those illegal immigrants were from Cuba.
Look at that. We've got to have the senator back to talk more. Jerry Moran from the great state of Kansas. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yeah, you provide the fentanyl to the cartels, get special treatment.
All right. Coming up.